Welcome to Mishawaka High School. I'm Matt Rendell here with the Mishawaka Network. We're going to get started here. You're going to hear the Commissioner Corner interview to start us off here tonight, and then we'll get going. You're going to see the dance team here tonight. You're going to see some JV wrestling, and then we'll get to the varsity action here in the final NLC duel for the Mishawaka Cavemen as they take on the Wawasee Warriors.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into our weekly conversation with the Commissioner. It's the Commissioner's Corner with Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. Paul, busy time of year, including this weekend with the girls wrestling state finals coming up at the Coliseum over at the fairgrounds, January 16th. And Paul, what can you say about girls wrestling and how that sport continues to emerge and grow?
Well, first of all, the growth is we knew once we developed a platform within our system for new sports to come on board and grow and give student athletes additional opportunities, that girls wrestling would quickly rise to the front. And when we did this several years ago, it took just 2 short years for girls wrestling to go from emerging, they weren't even in our system, to a fully recognized state championship sport. And we just have continued to see growth in girls sports and our girls wrestling, and we're excited about that. And I think we're right around the corner. And maybe this coming Friday, we'll see another girl that wins the state championship that will move on to great things on the Olympic level like other girls in the state of Indiana have done. And so we're really excited about that platform, that opportunity for these girls to show what they love, and that's wrestling.
You and I have talked a lot about emerging sports, whether that's, girls flag football, girls lacrosse, wrestling, as you said, with that quick path. The process of emerging sports and building them and growing them for your team, what can you say about the significance of that and the process of it to get to this point, like you said?
Well, I think it's important. We're all about opportunity for students. And, we want to provide as many opportunities as we can. And that we had our rules, the way they were originally written, probably was not going to be an opportunity for another sport to come on. And so 4 years ago now, we took on that task to look at those rules and we made some adjustments, and we've seen now additional opportunities. So that 160,000 student athletes that we serve on an annual basis is going to grow because of additional opportunities. And that's something that we're very excited about.
Girls basketball pairing show coming up in about a week and a half. Hard to believe. And then the boys will follow shortly after for basketball. So, hey, it's a great time of year. It's a busy time of year for you guys. Swimming and diving is going to be coming up in less than a month. I feel like February is a big underrated month for you guys that's packed with just tons of power.
Yeah, February just it really. Yeah, obviously, this coming Friday with girls wrestling kicks off our tournament season for the winter, but February, certainly every weekend, we've got something going on. And, it's an opportunity to follow your school. You can go to ihsaa.org and get all of our tournament information and see where your team is playing and get out and watch those student athletes because it's still pure. It's still homegrown. It's still kids that are going to go back and contribute to their communities, participating in high school sports. And I would just encourage people to get out there and watch these students. They've been practicing their skill all fall and all winter, and now it's time for them to put it on the line for a potential berth in the state championship venue.
Last thing, we were talking last week about your time at the Rose Bowl and getting to watch Indiana and meeting with your colleagues across the country. Well, since that point, Indiana has punched their ticket in the national championship game, Indiana football. And, I know that you guys partner with the Colts and you guys partner with all kinds of professional organizations around the state. But, when, Indiana University is in the national championship for football, and I know a lot of folks down in Bloomington, what does that mean for you as a guy that grew up in this state as well?
Well, it's certainly the spotlight on what we know is a wonderful state. Our collegiates, all of our colleges, we're rich in colleges here in the state of Indiana. And, but this time we stepped that aside and we're going to root for one. And, it's these Hoosiers have really caught Indiana by storm and, really a national audience. And we're excited about that. And I know Scott Dolson and Coach Zanetti has worked hard to bring Indiana football and Indiana University to the forefront. And I'm excited for both of those individuals. And again, the student athletes that get to participate at Indiana University. And I'm going to be tuning in next Monday night, rooting on those Hoosiers.
Paul Neidig, he's the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, always appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, Brendan. Hey, thank you for doing what you do for the student athletes in this great state.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
He's got it. Fade no deal. Gets it done. First period.
What a throw. I mean, wow. There was almost nothing there, and he just... What a win by Braden Reed.
Come and visit the Mishawaka Historical Museum and make sure to check out all of their different exhibits, such as their industries and businesses, church and faith, historic landmarks, military heritage, school, and their famous Mishawakans exhibit, including some of our very own caveman alumni, as well as a working model train set and a brand new exhibit, Treasures from our collection. Located at 121 South Main Street, doors are open every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. $5 for entry for adults, $3 for students, and kids under 5 enter for free.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back here to Mishawaka High School. Matt Rendell here to bring you some wrestling action on the day here. as we are getting ready to go. We're going to be starting today at 1:20. We're going to show you, for the most part, the lineup there. Giovanni Ordaz is not going to be wrestling at 2:15. That's going to be a forfeit for the Cavemen, but most of the rest of them will be the same. As you can see, 150, Braden Reed there to start off. 157, Colby Smith. Gunnar Eby at 165. 175, Caden O'Neill. Jonathan Parker at 190. Again, I said that forfeit will be at 215. And then at 285, you're going to see Tristan Stevens. So those are your upper weight classes. Let's get you over here, hopefully, if I can get the right tabs open. We're a little short-handed tonight due to the weather, but we're making it work. Wawasee still hasn't given us the lineup yet, which makes it a little challenge, but we'll get that here soon. Should see that change in there to our lighter weight classes. Connor Pellis starting the Cavemen off at 106. Brody Blevins at 113. Chance Smith at 120. And at 120 is where we will start tonight, which is good for the Cavemen because you got, that's messed up. Josh Kite is actually wrestling tonight at 120. Chance Smith at 126. Gavin Reed 132. And 138 is Will Mason. And then 144 is Corey Gardner. So a few different things there. We didn't quite get it edited quite right, but for the most part, it's the same, but Josh Kite is wrestling here tonight on senior night. So that'll be a good match for the Cavemen to start at 120. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We've got a lot of things going on here at Mishawaka High School. We had no school today due to the weather. We've got a lot of snow out there. So we are glad that we're able to get this wrestling match in because we've got a lot of big events coming up. The Cavemen wrestling team had to get this in tonight or tomorrow because this is the end of the NLC dual season. There are two more dual matches here tonight, one here and one with Concord that is going on tonight as well. Or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure how they rescheduled that, but this is the last dual match for both Wawasee and Mishawaka, a big one, as if Mishawaka wins, they will tie Northwood for first place, which would give them 8 points because the wrestling NLC Championship is a combination of the dual season as well as the tournament, and the tournament is this Saturday as well. So lots of fun things going on here tonight. We're going to take a quick break here before we get you to the dance team here in a few minutes and some wrestling to go here shortly.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Welcome back, Mishawaka High School here. You saw the boys basketball hype video as the boys basketball team will be back in action this Saturday here at Mishawaka High School in the Cave, and you can check out the Mishawaka boys team as they take on LaPorte. They've got a number of home games coming up over this month and next month. They've got still through the month of February. The girls have only 2 more home games left. They're on a 4-game road streak starting tonight, a game that was scheduled for last night against the number 1 team in the state, the Warsaw Tigers. That game will be happening here later this evening as the girls are traveling to Warsaw. But tune in here to the Mishawaka Network Saturday night as the Cavemen will be taking on LaPorte. The Slicers will be traveling here to Mishawaka High School as we're getting ready for Mishawaka wrestling here momentarily. Got a special performance of the dance team coming up, so that'll be an exciting thing. We don't usually have that at Mishawaka High School here, but we are going to, they are announcing right now for senior night. We'll also bring you senior night. That's always an exciting event here at Mishawaka High School. So lots of things going on here. We're going to take a quick break here before we get to the dance team, and we will bring you boys wrestling action from Mishawaka High School. That right there was your Mishawaka dance team here from Mishawaka High School. Fun, exciting performance as we're going to get ready here for senior night as well as JV. I think they're going to do senior night now. I thought they were doing JV first, but there we go. Senior night underway here. You got Bradley there. He's got his family. It's always a fun, exciting a night at senior night. Also a little bit sad. It's your last night performing. They are announcing here. We can't exactly understand that. The sound system in this gym not quite as good as the cave. We're going to do the best we can here today, though. Okay, here we go. First of the varsity wrestlers here is Braden Reed. Got his parents with him as he's going to take a picture there. You can see him on your screen a little bit as they're going to walk out. Braden Reed going to be wrestling tonight here for the Cavemen. Again, we have some lineup things. We have the Cavemen lineup. The Wawasee lineup just, I think, being submitted now, so we're going to have to check on that here shortly. But Braden Reed will be wrestling tonight at 150. He's one of the many seniors in this starting Cavemen lineup here tonight. They're reading a lot of information we don't have, so we're going to do the best we can. So that's Braden Reed for you, one of the many Cavemen seniors. Next will be Brody Blevins. He's been a big part of this Mishawaka Cavemen wrestling team for many years. This year, he wasn't sure he was going to be able to wrestle, but he was able to get back onto the mat at Al Smith and has been able to wrestle the last few matches, really helped this Cavemen team out, gave them a big boost as he is back and ready to go here for the Mishawaka Cavemen. He'll be wrestling tonight at 113. Brody also was a 3-year broadcasting student in the class, so good to see him back out here wrestling. Daniel, you're back with us.
I am.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
It's been a little bit chaotic. We were told some different timing things, some other things, so we're making it work, though. They did have the seeding meeting for the NLC tournament last night, so we'll talk about that as we go through today. Next up, Gunnar Eby, a multi-sport athlete here at Mishawaka High School, and he's had a really good wrestling season. It started almost every match here for the Cavemen in the dual season. He's done a really good job of helping the Cavemen out to get some points on the board, as he is a senior here for this wrestling team. He'll be wrestling tonight at 165 for Mishawaka. Next senior, another starter here for the Cavemen is Corey Gardner. Corey Gardner kind of really sprung onto the scene last year, wrestling at a weight class well above his actual weight and doing a really good job. And he's been a really good addition to this Cavemen team this year, as he's been wrestling for the most part at 144 this year. So he will be wrestling there tonight for the Cavemen, which will be fairly early on in this match. Next up will be one of the staples of this Mishawaka lineup since Josh has been a freshman, is Josh Kite. He got hurt at Al Smith. We weren't sure he was going to wrestle the rest of the year, but he has been back to the last match, and he's back tonight. So that is a welcome sign for the Cavemen as they head into the NLC tournament this weekend, as well as heading into sectionals, which will be at the end of January. So good, exciting news for the Cavemen as they're getting healthier. That was Josh Kite, another senior here for the Mishawaka Cavemen. As we head to a few more here, we're getting close to wrestling time. Looks like they're doing Shayla Suggs right now. Sloan Walker, her head coach, is out there with her. That is always good when you have your coaches supporting you and you hear the girls in the stands supporting her as well. But that shouldn't be the last one. Gotta still do Will Mason, right?
Her favorite song is Shot for Me by Drake. Her favorite movie is Book of Life. Her favorite moment is accidentally wrestling with her sister's match. She'll miss her teammates the most. She is her own role model, I respect. Dreaded wrestling for the 3-year group. Favorite wrestling girl in singles. Her favorite member is Tracy first in the tournament. Sullivan Banks, her coach, and her future plan to go to college and continue wrestling. And her favorite quote is "Be yourself."
There we go. Last one's going to be Will Mason here as he will head out there. Will Mason, another big-time wrestler for this Caveman team. He's dealt with injuries and other things, missed some time, so he is excited to be back on the mat He is a 4-year broadcasting student. Daniel, you're working on some projects with him. What's it like watching Will wrestle?
It's a lot. It's a lot all at once. I mean, he's definitely a very energetic guy.
Yeah.
He's the same way in the classroom, and he definitely cares a lot about it. You can tell that. So it's fun to watch him, a guy that I've known for a very long time, succeeding at something he loves.
His favorite movie, Stand By Me. What a guy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That should be, are there any other seniors down there, Daniel?
I don't believe so.
I think that's it.
We got one more. We got Colby Smith coming up.
Oh, Colby Smith, that's right. He is up there. Look at that. Go to college for broadcasting. What a guy.
Nice.
Daniel, finish up here with Colby Smith. I'm going to check on the lineups.
All right. Colby Smith to round out the senior class on this Mishawaka boys wrestling team. I should say boys and girls, as we also honored Shayla Suggs here this evening. So the whole Mishawaka wrestling program. Colby Smith, he's got a younger brother who will be coming up doing the same thing in a few years, and Chance Smith and his sister did it last year. One of the more notable and accomplished female Mishawaka wrestlers here, and Kiki Smith. And that'll round out the Mishawaka Wrestling Program's seniors of the 25-26 school year. Congratulations to all these wrestlers making it this far. Giving up long Saturdays and Monday through Friday practices after school, tournaments. On and again, they've given 20-plus hours a week to this sport for 4 years. So a big congratulations to them. Once again, one more time for our 25-26 Mishawaka wrestlers, boys and girls. Congratulations to them. As we move forward through the night, we'll actually get to some wrestling here shortly. As the Warriors and the K-Men will face off in the final NLC clash of the season. As the NLC tournament will take place on Saturday, and seeding, as Mr. Rendell said earlier, took place last night. The very last match that needs to be put into the books here will be this Wawasee meet. We're still trying to make sure we get all of the matchups for tonight. But with that, we're going to go ahead and make our way to a break here, showing off some of the projects that have taken place wrestling-wise here in our broadcasting class. We're going to go ahead and play that hype video from a while ago. Let's go ahead and check it out.
There it is.
And he's got it. Payne O'Neal gets it done. First period.
What a throw. I mean,
wow.
there was almost nothing there, and he just... win by Braden Reed.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Mishawaka High School. I'm Daniel Phillips alongside Matt Rendell here. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with 3 JV matches.
Yeah, the first match will be at 1:50, and then there'll be two matches at 2:15. Bradley Lewis, one of those seniors, gets to wrestle here on senior night.
It's sure to be an exciting one here. A senior wanting to end his career on a high note.
Exciting night of wrestling. Daniel, we didn't have school today, but you made it here.
That's right.
Way to go. Got a 4-person crew here tonight. So a little short-handed, but we're making it work. Nico Price down on the camera there. Grant Metzger doing all the technology behind the scenes. And then Daniel and I on the air for you tonight.
It's a 3-point takedown for the Wawasee wrestler. Bradley Lewis behind early on.
Yeah, we don't have the names of these JV wrestlers. Lineups turned in very late tonight.
That is right.
Got some basketball players across the way there. They got some, looks like cutouts of some people's faces. We'll try to show you those here in a little bit.
They go ahead and set back up. Lewis will be in the down position here. They go ahead and get started here. Lewis still on the ground. And now they make their way out of bounds. But the Wawasee wrestler still in the lead, 4-0. Trying to get a turn on Lewis now. Lewis fighting back. But may be in some trouble. He's not in the greatest of positions right now, but he squirms out of that possible ending of the match. Just in time as the buzzer sounds, 4-0 in favor of the Wawasee wrestler. Lewis, though, only behind by 4, yet still scoreless here in this match so far. So they get started again. 2-point reversal awarded to the Wawasee opponent, and
He's got him on his back.
goes ahead and gets a pin. Just got the reversal and decided to finish things off with that pin. Bradley Lewis falls here in this JV match. Our first one at 150. We move on to our final two at 215.
So because those lineups turned in a little late, we weren't able to get the JV wrestlers here. We did know that one, though. I think this might be Carmelo for Mishawaka.
Yes. Carmelo Joyner, I believe, is the name.
There we go.
Not completely sure on that. Let's go ahead and check. Yes, Joyner, we've got it.
Then I know the first name of our final JV for Mishawaka will be Basir. He's going to be wrestling up weight classes.
Joyner goes ahead, takes a shot, got a leg. Looking for a takedown. He's got that, and maybe even a pin. He's almost got that.
Got that headlock.
He's waiting for it.
There
It's
it
up
is.
to the official now. There we go. Early on in this one, Carmelo Joyner's going to go ahead and take care of things in a quick fashion. Getting the win at 215. Maybe viewers now getting an early glimpse of who's going to be
Some
at
of
that
the
215
future, yeah.
spot soon.
Well, I mean, you're looking, we talked about senior night. You got a lot of seniors in this lineup. About
Right.
half the lineup is seniors. So you're going to have to replace a lot of those people. Some of those will come with people that have been wrestling JV, but some of those are going to come from even John Young, especially at those smaller weight classes. You're talking about pretty much 120 through 165. Most of those are seniors other than Gavin Reed. So you've got a lot of wrestlers to replace.
So we get started here, our final JV match of the night.
Basir from Mishawaka. After this, we're going to do the anthem. We're going to do lineups. And then we're going to have wrestling starting at 120 tonight. Might be one of the best matches of the night. Good job, Live Basir, fighting off that takedown, getting one himself.
Clasping of hands called.
Yeah, the interlocking hands call is going to give up 1 point to Wawasee. As I was saying, that 120 matchup is Josh Kite back from injury against Cameron Center. We saw Cameron Center at Al Smith finish on the podium there, so that's a big matchup here tonight. He also had one of the craziest moves at the end of one of his matches in Al Smith. He tried to jump over the guy.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
right.
quite work.
He's also a state qualifier here, and he also an all-conference football player for the Wawasee Warriors.
There you go. All the information, Daniel Phillips.
There you go. I tried my best. Official almost gave it to Basir, but he decides to go ahead and make the right call, give it to the Wawasee wrestler here.
It happens.
It can get confusing.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
At least here you've got the red as Mishawaka and that green Wawasee. That's a little bit easier to keep track of.
I think the toughest thing for me would be remembering which hand I've got which color on.
Right. And these guys have done it a lot, though.
They have, yes. Both wrestlers on their feet now. 1 point separates the two of them. About 20 seconds left. That's going to go ahead and wrap up the first period of this one.
So his third and final JV match is going to second period here. Want to again say thanks to the dance team for coming out here tonight. I've never seen that at a wrestling. We did have a wrestling pep band once last year. Yeah, that was pretty fun. Or the year before. That was exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. That sounds pretty fun, yeah. This year's going to start at the top here, try not to give up a release.
And right now, he's either got to get him down or cut him loose, and he's going to cut him loose. If you stand too long, you're going to get called for stalling, and you don't want those calls, especially early in the second period.
So now knotted up at 3. As we're 30 seconds into the second period here. Both trying to bring the other down here. Nabasir's going to take a shot.
Yeah, really good drop, but he got taken advantage there as he goes to 2-point takedown, or 3-point takedown, excuse me.
He's going to go ahead and try to avenge himself a little bit with that 1-point escape.
Yeah, we're locked into a tight one here.
And this time he's going to finish the job with that takedown and maybe a pin. Yes, he's got it done.
And Basir, a great job there, kind of getting him on his back and getting the win, his first win of the season.
And that right there will wrap up the JV matches for the evening, and we move on to varsity. But first, we'll have the national anthem, starting lineups, and then the real thing. Speaking of the national anthem. And here we go. We'll go ahead and get starting lineups to you here soon as they'll get introduced, and we'll try to follow along the best we can.
It's one of the more exciting kind of weekends coming up of sports in Indiana in this area. You've got NLC wrestling going on. You have NLC swimming happening as well. So you got the girls NLC swimming going on. And then obviously you have the Bears still in the playoffs, which is big around here. IU playing on Monday night. So a lot of sports going on around here, Daniel. But we are singularly focused tonight on Mishawaka versus Wawasee. Mishawaka, a win would put them tied for first place with Northwood in the dual standings.
All right.
We'll start off with a ladies match between number 21, Chance Smith, and number 18, Cameron Sexton.
Okay, so starting with at 126, Chance Smith.
That's just not what we have on the,
yeah,
the lineup.
It's not what we were expecting there.
So they just have Chance Smith and Josh Kite flipped on.
Okay, so Josh Kate will take on Isaac Roth at 126, and it'll be Chance Smith taking on Cameron Center at 120. Now we get back to how it reads on our lineup. Gavin Reed taking on Bryant Young at the 132 weight class. Senior from Mishawaka High School, Will Mason taking on Jaden Parks of Wawasee. At 144, Corey Gardner of Mishawaka High School, another senior honored this evening, will take on Eli Garcia of Wawasee. We didn't see any sign of Eli Garcia there. Moving on. At 150, Braden Reed, older brother of Gavin Reed and the senior, honored this evening, take on Kevon Tom. Again at the 150 weight class. At 157, Colby Smith of Mishawaka will take on Kingston Sanchez of Wawasee. At the 165 weight class, Gunnar Eby Sr. from Mishawaka will take on Moses Howard of Wawasee. At 175, the junior fullback for the Caveman football team and a prime wrestler here for the wrestling team, Caden O'Neill will take on Brody Young of Wawasee. At 190, Jonathan Parker will take on Blake Rolston of Wawasee. At 215, Giovanni Ordaz of Mishawaka High School will take on Derek Morrison of Wawasee. And finally, 285, the heavyweights, Tristan Stevens will take on Caden Landeros of Wawasee. At 106, Connor Pellis, Mishawaka will take on Reese Stegg of Wawasee. And Brody Blevins will not be wrestling tonight as there is a forfeit on the other end for Wawasee. And that wraps up the starting lineups. Those are the matches you have to look forward to here this evening.
So team captains will be going out there, do their quick meeting with the officials, but we'll be starting with Chance Smith here tonight at 120, not Josh Kite, against Cameron Center. It's just written wrong in the book here. It's been a little bit stressful for us getting those lineups, but I think we're ready to go. Obviously, Daniel, big match for both teams, but definitely for the Mishawaka Cavemen as they're trying to tie up the Northwood Panthers for first place in our dual standings.
See if they can get it done. They'll certainly have some obstacles coming their way, but what I will see is I talked to Coach Salazar a minute ago. He said, we've got a lot of young guys, a lot of young guys. Now, the guys that are experienced, luckily they happen to be very, very talented wrestlers.
Right. Multi-sport
Athletes, a couple football guys here in this lineup. We'll mention that to you as we go along our way. Speaking of such a scenario, we've got Can Center here. Again, we mentioned he's not only a state qualifier, he also had that incredible highlight trying to take somebody down in that Al Smith fifth place match, and now he's here as a state qualifier, all conference football player, trying to take down the young and talented Chance Smith. Look at the two, their ankle bands. Of course, Wawasee will be in the green, Mishawaka in the red.
Big match to start off here for both teams as they're going to try to get off to a good start.
See how that goes here. Chance Smith has followed up a nice freshman year last year with a very, very surprising and successful sophomore season.
Yeah, they talked early in the season about his ability in the offseason to get better, and he's gotten a lot better. He's had a really good year, and they're really hoping he can make a run at making it to the state.
And they'll go ahead and reset here. Center goes
We got a
way off the mat.
contingent over here who's going to be telling us the rules, but a contingent of Penn wrestlers over to our right. They're here to support some of their friends on the Mishawaka team.
Two on their feet here. Some shots taken. None that have resulted in points quite yet.
This is going to be one of the more competitive matches of the night, so it's a nice, exciting one to start with.
Both wrestlers fighting for position, looking for the right window to take a shot here, and center's paying a lot of attention to that right arm of Chance Smith.
It's a good job by Smith to circle back in bounds a little bit, make sure he doesn't get called for stalling there.
Two will separate for a moment, and Chance Smith takes the opportunity to go for a shot. He nails it there, no takedown yet, and it's too little too late as the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of the first period as we move on to the second here. Still scoreless.
So Smith gets first choice. He's going to choose that down position. He's going to try to get off to a good start. He had a really good kind of pick of that leg at the end of the first period. See if he can add on to that here in the second.
Taking the down position here, he has an opportunity to try to go ahead and grab one quick point, but I doubt center will let that happen easily.
Yeah, center kind of flattens it back out right off the bat.
And he was almost there, but center gets a hold of that right leg, pulls him right back down. But now Smith has a different opportunity for some more two-point reversal here. Maybe coming up.
Well, they're saying center still, you can see Chance Smith's leg is still underneath him. They are going to give a stalling warning to center. So Caveman fans wanted that two-point reversal. It was pretty tight. If he could have got his leg out, he did get on top, but he had his leg stuck underneath and wasn't able to get that out.
1:18 now left in the second, and we've got a caution call.
The clock ran a little bit, so they're going to put some time back on there. That stalling call this early is big. You're only in the second period, and you already got hit with the stalling call if you're Cameron Sensor, so you got to wrestle a lot smarter.
Smith almost got back on his feet, but center pulls him quickly down. Smith looking to build a strong foundation to build upon and get out of this position here. Smith in a position where he's kind of flexing his elbows and shoulders so he can't be turned, but it's starting to come loose a little bit. Stalling called here.
Yeah, so now both wrestlers have gotten those stalling warnings, and center's trying to use the strength, and this is where Smith, when you start in that down position, you got to try to get a point. Mishawaka coaches are a little bit upset about something.
And just like that, the second period is over now too, and there are still no points on the board.
Both wrestlers kind of exhausted. They're both sitting down. Center's looking at his right leg a little bit, like he might be in a little pain. And this is a tough turnaround. Right now they're wrestling here now on Thursday instead of Wednesday, and now they've got to wrestle in NLC on Saturday. And that's a huge tournament.
Coming up on them fast. And we've got an injury timeout here.
Yeah, so they're going to say injury time. They're going to look at the center's leg, it looks like. Hannah Hess out there. So they're looking at his right leg a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but we have a quick break. This is our first match of the night, Daniel. So far, it's lived up.
Yeah, it has. I mean, not as far as points, but
right.
But I mean, as far as that chess match, when
well,
it
and
comes
you
to
just
two good
saw
wrestlers.
Chance Smith over on the sideline talking with Coach Dolly, but Will Mason in there trying to give him. That's what's so great about this team. They really do support each other out there. They're always trying to give tips. They're always trying to help out. But Chance Smith says, let's just start in neutral, giving up that 1 point escape.
So our first points of the match go to Camp Center here to start things off.
Only person that had really chance at points was Chance Smith.
So they'll go out of bounds. Set right back up in the neutral. 1:44 left on the clock.
And this is where it's gotten exciting when you get into a close match in the third period. The crowd gets into it. A lot more shots are being taken on the mat right now, and both wrestlers with stalling warnings.
Shot taken by Chance Smith, absorbed well by Center, and now Center's got him in a little bit of a headlock.
Yeah, both wrestlers have really fought off some good shots here in the third period. So stalemate puts them back in the center. Kind of like when they call those stalemates. Let's get us back. Let's get us going again.
And now Center trying to get the
Trying
takedown.
to circle around. He's almost got it. There it is.
Oh, they still have a
There it
signal
is.
there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We got it now.
Smith had that arm, but he couldn't quite do anything with it. So the 3-point takedown makes it 4-0 and only 30 seconds left to wrestle.
Now Smith is in a lot of trouble. 25 seconds left in the third. Center's got a 4-point lead, and Smith still scoreless. This will not only be disappointing for Smith as an individual wrestler, but also for Mishawaka, as this is a key match. You don't want to give up 6 points to start the day, but that's what's going to happen. And Center's quite excited about it, as he's going to go ahead and get a win over Smith.
Tough match for Smith there, but Cameron Center has had a good season so far.
So now we move on. So those 3 points early on go to Wawasee, and we've got Josh Kite taking on Isaac Roth here at 126. Kite getting active early. He's got a leg. Perhaps a takedown here soon. Yep. There it goes.
Very quickly trying to kind of flip him on his head there, try to go for more. But he's going to let him up. Give up that escape.
As they go out of bounds, nearly crashing into the Mishawaka bench.
See that left leg of Josh Kite's got the big knee brace on there. He had that knee injury, and Al Smith was on crutches. As there's that stalling call we were just talking about. He just walked right out of bounds. You can't walk backwards out of bounds. You try to circle back in, and there's an easy stalling call on Roth. And And just like that, it's little, but he just spins in a little bit. He doesn't get called for stalling a second time.
The two tangled up here. Kite's got those arms. Trying to find out what he can do with them.
And there it is.
Another stalling call. 1 point now awarded to Kite for that.
When you gotta try to circle back in, but Kite had hold of his arms. He didn't have much he could do, and Rolf just walks out of bounds, and that's where you give up those easy points.
40 seconds left now in the first. Kite gets another 3-point takedown, and now a 6-point lead.
Yeah, last time he got that takedown, he tried to go for a quick move. Didn't get anything, let him back up. See what he does here as he's trying to get that tilt.
He's on his way. He's in position to do so. And he's now getting near fall. 4 waiting for him. Maybe a pin. No, he ran out of time. But he does get those 4. And that makes it a 10-point lead for Kite going into the second period here. So in those first 2 minutes, Kite goes to work, and he goes ahead and builds himself quite the lead here. Rolf is in trouble. If he wants to stay in this one, he's got to go ahead and score some points fast. And even here, Kite's not going to allow him to do so. Instead, he's going to go ahead and get some himself, as it's now 14-1.
And so all he needs here, I don't know why Rolf was standing up, but he's going back down. He just needs those 2 more to get that tech fall.
And Wawasee head coach Jamie Salazar wants to have a word with the official. Just a quick clarification on something.
Those are good ones. He was just getting an answer real fast, and we move on.
Those are the ones you like to see.
Yeah.
1:45 left as they get back to the action here, and Kite trying to finish the job the right way, get a pin.
There, he's almost got it. Good job by Rolf, kind of arching there.
Yeah, he's really trying to get that job done, but like you said, a lot of strong defense from Rolf. He really does not want to give this up. Either way, he's going to lose this match.
And he wanted that pin, but he's going to get that tech fall there as the Cavemen get on the board.
18-1's the final as Josh Kite's going to go ahead and achieve a tech fall, put up a nice heart for his family on senior night.
Well, especially, Daniel, when we saw him go down at Al Smith, you didn't know if he was going to be able to wrestle. And so to see him come back here and wrestle for the Cavemen is always a good sight.
That gets the Cavemen 5 points. Josh Kite, someone who's not only improved as a wrestler, but also as a person, as he's been very open about these last couple of years. And we move on here to the next weight class. It's 132. It's Gavin Reed out there for the Mishawaka Cavemen. He's taking on Wawasee wrestler, Mr. Bryant Young. And that's a 3-point takedown to start things off for Braden Reed.
Gavin Reed.
Excuse me, Gavin Reed. Braden is his
we
brother.
We knew we would do that. We knew it.
It's my first time this season, believe it or not. But we'll go ahead and see what Braden Reed's got here. Moving on.
We do have one more wrestling broadcast this year, so we'll be here for sectionals.
And Gavin Reed trying to get this one put away early. He's got near fall, but he wants to keep Young in this position and get something even greater out of this.
The Wawasee wrestlers doing a really good job staying off their backs. We saw them, I thought he could have had it there. Kind of training for it before the game. They were doing these kind of headstands, as there's the call.
Nice job there by Braden Reed. putting away Bryant Young there for the Cavemen early on in that first period. A nice win for the young kid at 132.
Yeah, Gavin Reed really helping out the team here as we head to 138.
And that 138, someone who never disappoints, whether he's winning, whether he's losing, whether it's tied up, Will Mason is going to be showing some energy there on that mat. He's facing off against Jaden Parks of Wawasee. And on senior night, we both know Will's trying to get a win here.
Some of the coaches took their kind of quarter zips off. I wonder if they had shirts made for Will Mason.
Maybe. Again, Will Mason is moving fast. Already got a three-point takedown. And I'll go ahead and let him up. Another three-point takedown. And I'll let him up again.
Will Mason wanted a classic move there. He was trying to throw him, but could not.
It's 6-2 in favor of Mason now. This time we'll get him down and try to finish the job. He's got it. That's a pin for Will Mason here on senior night. He gets it done in about a minute.
After that exciting first match, we are rolling through these weight classes now.
Big win there for the senior. As we move on to another senior, Corey Gardner here, wrestling at 144. So take on no one. He's got a forfeit.
Oh, interesting. They didn't have it listed as a forfeit.
We didn't notice in that starting lineup, though, it's just nobody walked out. We were surprised to see no Eli Garcia or any other Wawasee wrestler, but
now we're to Braden Reed, Daniel.
That's right. Yep. Now I'm going to say Gavin Reed instead, I'm sure. Braden Reed will take on Kevon Tom of Wawasee. And that's a state qualifying wrestler for Wawasee, someone who's hoping to end his year on a good note as well. He's a junior at Wawasee. And the senior and Braden Reed, he wants to go ahead and take care of business here. He's had a few instances this season where he hasn't exactly done what he wanted, but he wants things to change here tonight. He gives up that three-point takedown to Tom.
And Tom's had a good career. He's got a chance to make something happen this weekend at NLC and also try to make state again. Reed's in trouble.
Big trouble. Goes ahead and squirms out of that. That was close. He almost gave up way more than he wanted. It looks like both of them are out of bounds.
This match becomes important. We talked about it before. Every team in the NLC gets a point value for the regular season dual meets and then a point value 1 through 8 for the tournament. So where you place matters. And right now, if the Cavemen were to win this, which it looks like they're on their way to, they would tie Northwood. Both teams would get 8 points to say, okay, right now they're tied for first, and whatever place they get on Saturday, you'd add those points in 1 through 8.
An interesting way of determining a conference champion for sure.
Yeah, it's very different from most sports where it's just, okay, here's our regular season champion, right? But this adds in that postseason NLC tournament.
And it's not only us that's a little confused by that at first. Will Mason was like, I kind of get it, but also not.
Yeah, athletic director Evan Frass sent the kind of bylaws to me so we could make sure we got that right for the broadcast today.
Ray's going to go ahead and try to stand up. Can he get through? Let's see. He's still got a hold of that leg. Ray's just kind of begging Tom, please, just let me get up. Let me get 1 point.
There it is.
He's got it there. Stoppage here. We got some blood.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it came from. They're sending Braden Reed over to the corner there. There's blood on the mat.
Looks like maybe his nose. I'm not sure, though.
Well, we have a moment here. Our next broadcast will be here from Mishawaka High School as we will be bringing you some boys basketball action. They lost this week to Riley, a very good Riley team, by 14. They'll be back home to take on LaPorte and try to get back on track. They had that exciting win last Friday against Plymouth. We did that game, Daniel. The girls also had an exciting game, but they are at Warsaw tonight. So only 2 more home girls games, a handful or so of boys games at home to bring you starting this Saturday as the boys take on LaPorte.
As of right now, is there any news as to who's going to be calling that game?
It'll be a mystery box. We'll find out.
Okay.
It's been hard to tell. I know you won't be there Saturday.
I will not.
I will be here. We got dance this weekend as well.
That's right. And
formal on Sunday.
The reason I won't be at that Saturday game is because I'll be supporting a Mishawaka student. Here's the first period will end. Anna Yoder is going to be singing at the All-State concert. Sorry?
Couple students, yeah?
Anna 2 students, yep. Sorry.
Obviously
I'll be there to support Anna. But
yes.
Corin Shepley will also be singing in that All-State concert there. The All-State choir has been hard at work for the past couple of months.
That's just an exciting honor to have. So congratulations, Anna and Corin, on that. Braden Reed's got a chance here, but he let go of that leg.
It gives a 1 point to Tom. So now Tom leads by 3.
And Tom's really been kind of in control of this since the start, but Braden Reed has a chance. You're still only down 3, which now with the 3-point takedown rules gives you a chance.
Tom's got that leg now, and Reed again finds himself in not the greatest of positions. Maybe he can make the best out of it.
Yeah, but he's just got to pull his leg out, and he's going to get 3.
3-point takedown ties this thing up. Braden Reed makes the best out of what was once looking like a bad situation, turns it into a good one. And now he has control.
Nico Price down on that floor camera gave us a really good shot. You can see what's happening.
Reed has turned this whole thing around and tied it up. We got 35 left here in this second period, and Braden Reed is very much so in this match.
Tom's trying to get at least 1. He's trying to slip out and get 2.
And he will. 2-point reversal for Kevon Tom as he snatches that lead right back.
Well, he almost got some near fall too. But the buzzer is the friend of Braden Reed here at the end of the second.
So we move on to the third and final with 2 points separating these two wrestlers, and Braden Reed and Kevon Tom. Tom getting this win would definitely help out the cause for Wawasee here as they're down by 20 in team scoring.
Well, and they've got some chances coming up, but they came in have some strong wrestlers, some people that have really wrestled well this year coming up. Colby Smith next, Gunnar Eby, Caden O'Neill. You got Tristan Stevens at that 285. Then obviously you go back and Brody Blevins will end the night with a forfeit.
Reed trying to stand up, 30 seconds in, and he will. He gets the 1-point escape, but now he's in trouble again, nearly on his back. 3-point takedown given to Tom.
Well, and he really wanted to try to do something there, but couldn't. But again, you're down 4. Escape and takedown ties you up, so you still got some chances here.
Tom trying to get a turn on Reed. He's got that right arm. Couldn't quite hold on, but he's still in good position with that arm. Now Reed trying to stand back up. Gets Tom off him. Maybe turn this thing around.
And right there, Coach Dolly was saying, hey, once you got up, you had to run, try to get
Braden Reed is almost going to stand up, but Tom held firm on that ankle and will not allow him to do so. And with 10 seconds left, he's looking to close this one out.
They're out of bounds.
Yeah, that took a couple of seconds off the clock. But helps out Tom a little bit.
Yeah, I think Reed's in a little bit of pain too. Wrestling is just go, go, go from the very start. So when you go a 3-period match, you're doing those 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. That's an exhausting go for any wrestler.
With 6 seconds left on the clock here, and Reed will try to go ahead and stand up, but Tom is not going to allow him to do so, as he'll secure this victory here over the senior. Spoil his senior night a little bit. Nice showing of sportsmanship. They shake hands, and we move on.
A well-fought match, and they'll have a chance maybe even to go at it again this weekend at NLC. So you never know as we head to 157 here from Mishawaka High School.
Colby Smith representing Mishawaka. He'll be taking on Kingston Sanchez of Wawasee here at 157. Colby Smith, he's a strong guy. He's also pretty quick. As it looks like
something's down. It looks like the
little ankle band is off his ankle right now.
The official tried to grab it but could not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the way of them either.
That's an early stalling call there as he's run out of bounds as Sanchez gets called for hit with the first stalling there.
Something that I enjoy about watching Colby Smith wrestle is he obviously looks noticeably strong.
Yeah.
But he still moves around so fast.
Absolutely. You see that with Caden O'Neal coming up too.
Yep. Guys like them are why I say wrestling's not even in the cards for me. I'm okay.
They're close to that out of bounds line there.
So go ahead and stop the wrestling there with the potentially dangerous and reset.
Yeah, looks like we have some blood there as Sanchez will go try to take care of that. Colby Smith had a chance there to get some points there on the edge. Couldn't quite finish that through. So we'll see what happens out of this blood timeout. We're about halfway through here in tonight's match. We didn't have school today, Daniel.
No, we didn't.
Do anything fun today? Shoveled, of course.
I did shovel.
Yeah, we had to shovel.
There wasn't much room to go anywhere. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, we were kind of stuck for the first half of the day with no plowing. They're trying to get out.
The sun was able to come out. That helped a little bit if you could get that shoveling done. They plow my street pretty early since I live right here by the school.
Right.
But it's still hard. You know, there was so much snow. We had over a foot of snow here right by the high school. So.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and hopefully get back to it. Let's see. Officials still checking with the blood. Nope, never mind.
I think the mat is the problem right now.
Yeah, and they'll go and clean that here.
The boys' freshman basketball team was playing tonight, and they had because of this movement and schedule, the boys' freshman basketball team did play, but they played down in the cave tonight. So that was an exciting time for those players.
That's right, yeah. Our good friend Prince Stewart was very excited. He's got, I mean, he's almost tripping on his own shorts.
His shorts going all the way past his knees.
And now we're finally back to wrestling here as Colby Smith's going to go ahead and get an early takedown in this first period here right out of the break. Getting the takedown right after a break kind of shows you he's still warmed up. He's still ready to go. He's still trying to get a win here. So he's got that arm. And now Sanchez is in trouble. Colby Smith, he's
right there, that's
that
that strength and speed, Daniel, just to get that arm and just so quickly gets him on his back. He's going to get some points, but he can't quite get, there it is.
So Kingston Sanchez is pinned. Colby Smith He has another victim. He moves on here on senior night. He's looking to go ahead and continue on his run to the NLC tournament on Saturday. We move on to 165. Gunnar Eby, another Caveman senior. We've had a number in a row. He takes on Moses Howard at 165. Gunnar Eby's kind of had an up and down year. He's had to face a lot of very good wrestlers throughout the season. But for the most part, he's fared pretty well, and a lot of guys feel good about his progression throughout the regular season.
And he's been consistent, right? He's been in the lineup. He hasn't missed a lot of time. You've had a lot of injuries, sickness, other issues with people missing time. So it's been good to have somebody like Gunnar Eby in the lineup.
Two go out of bounds with only about 20 seconds coming off the clock. So get right back to it here. Gunnar Eby and his opponent still on their feet. No longer. Shots taken, and they're looking to be right back on their feet again. No points awarded there after all of that. Howard takes a shot. Will it result in points is the question. As Eby's back in the mat, we're a little too close for comfort there, but he's going to squirm out of it. Howard will now secure a takedown, however. And Eby, in an attempt to go ahead and escape, Howard grabs his waist, throws him right back down as they go out of bounds.
Yeah, really aggressive wrestling there by Howard. Able to get the takedown, but then comes kind of cross-face.
Eby starting things off in the down position with 40 seconds left in this first period here. Gets thrown right back down again after an attempt to escape. Eby in some trouble. Certainly not on the right side of this match so far. He's only down by 3 as the buzzer sounds, but he was in trouble as Howard was working on that cradle and trying to go ahead and score some points. But with that, we move on.
Yeah, and even as you say that, it's still only down 3-0, right? So you still have opportunities. You just got to try to do something a little bit different, obviously, here in the second period.
A good opportunity here, starting in top position. You cannot allow Howard to escape, which he almost does. As they'll go out of bounds before he gets the opportunity to fully finish off the escape. Whistle blows and they're right back at it with only 10 seconds gone in the second period. Howard again, trying to escape. And he will.
Yeah, and at that point, you'd have to let him go or get him back down. Otherwise, you get hit with stalling.
And
He's hit with it anyway.
Yeah, stalling call on Eby. And they go back, neutral, center of the mat. Grabs his foot with just his right hand and brings him down.
Yeah, really great move there.
And now Eby in some trouble, but maybe he's going to go ahead and try to flip the script here. We've seen this happen a couple of times here tonight, but now Eby looks like he's more in trouble than in a good position. It's a 3-point takedown for Howard. Already a minute into this second period. Howard leads by 7 as he's still in control. Eby scoreless so far. He's trying to score him out of this thing. And again, before he's able to finish the move, he goes out of bounds along with Howard, and they reset. 29 seconds on the clock here, left in the second. And then Eby's going to get thrown back down for trying to escape and grab some points there. Eby's got 10 seconds to escape. He only needs a few. He gets it done. First points of the match. It's now 7-1. And they're going to award 1 point to Howard. I'm not sure why.
I think he was calling stalling, maybe. They're going to go talk about it at the scorer's table.
The official really just put up a 1. That I saw, he didn't give any signal that represents any violation, but Coach Dolly went to the scorer's table and went to go try to figure things out as well. I believe maybe we'll go with the stalling call there.
Yeah, there was some explanation. I don't think Coach Dolly liked the explanation as he was explaining it to the coaches. It's gotten so kind of eerily quiet at times. I almost heard the conversation they were having down there. Got a track meet going on behind us here.
Yeah, it's wild. And a wrestling match as well. It's a lot. And the wrestling match in front of us, Eby not in great shape. Gives up a 3-point takedown. Near fall waiting for Howard, but he wants a pin. Doesn't look like he's going to get it quite yet. They'll go ahead and award him those points. He's 1 point away from a tech fall here as he leads by 14. And now again, Howard's getting near fall. He's definitely going to win this match, regardless. And here we go. He gets it done. Gets those 4 near fall. It's just kind of the icing on the cake. He's going to go ahead and get the tech fall there. And now one of the stars on this Mishawaka starting lineup. It's Caden O'Neill at 175, taking on Brody Young of Wawasee. I gotta say, if there's one thing about Caden O'Neill that should scare people is his ability to just throw guys. I mean, he'll just throw you on the ground and he'll take care of things. So he already gets a 3-point takedown to start things. 1 point escape, though, for Young. You talk about muscular wrestlers who can move fast. 175, you'll find a lot of those type of guys. And Young and O'Neill definitely fit that description, but Caden O'Neill, after the takedown, giving up the escape, is in decent shape here. He's got a strong hold of that right leg.
Yeah, Young's really got a hold of that left arm. O'Neill's trying to slip out the backside, and maybe he's going to try to put him on his back here. You see he's really trying to slip out. He's trying to push that leg out.
Stalemate called. And they'll set back up in neutral with 41 left in the first.
After all that, we get back into neutral with no points scored.
O'Neill, he had a leg for a moment. Now he's tangling with arms, throws a guy on the ground, 3-point takedown for Caden O'Neal.
And that's just the speed you don't see from somebody this size usually, as he was able to kind of hop over, get the takedown and the points.
4 points in near fall as another band comes off, this time off a Mishawaka wrestler and Caden O'Neal. He's not really worried about a band. He's worried about getting the pin. And the time is going to disrupt this conquest for that pin.
And the question was, why weren't there more points given? So they gave him the 4 points. What the official was saying was that move wasn't over yet. It looked kind of over, and so the coaches are trying to say there should have been more near fall, but right now they're going to just give him the 4, make it 10-1.
Caution called early on. It's a warning, and then start to give up points.
Yeah, you get the 2 warnings on the cautions, only 1 on the stall.
O'Neal scrambles out of that and now extends his lead to 10. Stalling calls, he gets a 3-point takedown. Caden O'Neal says, you can stall all you want, I'm still gonna take you down. He's extending this lead now to 13, so go out of bounds. 1 point given on the escape to Young.
There it is.
3-point takedown makes it a tech fall for Caden O'Neal. A nice win in the second period for the Mishawaka wrestler at 175 as we move on through the evening. We make our way now over to the 190 weight class. Jonathan Parker of Mishawaka taking on Blake Ralston of Wawasee here. Parker, a freshman, still trying to, learn the ropes a little bit. But he's not been off to a bad start. He's going to get taken down early on. And now he's on his back. Parker in trouble, squirms out of it. 2 points near fall given, though, to Ralston. Now he's got a 5-point lead. A 1-point escape now makes it a 4-point lead as Parker gets himself on the board. And another 3-point takedown for Ralston as they're almost out of bounds, but they've got points of contact in. And they'll call stalling on Parker on that one. Parker is
this official here, Daniel, real quick on those stalling calls. He's been able to, and consistent, right? What you want with officials sometimes is just to be consistent, and that has been the case here tonight.
No doubt. It's always nice when you have someone controlling the game that knows exactly how to control it. .45 seconds left in the first here. Parker down by 7 early on. Parker's going to go ahead and get a 1-point escape. 6 points now separate the two here as they're both back on their feet. Shots taken, though. Ralston's going to try with the 3-point takedown to get more, but they're too far out of bounds. They have to reset back in the center with 9 seconds left. Parker's kind of been thrown into this position here as the time expires due to the lack of bodies at the 190 weight class. And he's been trying to do his best.
This will be good experience for him moving on in his wrestling career as he's trying to, make something happen here. We are on match 10 of 14. We got a forfeit at 113, so only 3 matches left. As the Cavemen are going to win this duel.
3-point takedown there for Rolston. He's looking to win this match. He's up by 12. He needs 3 more for a tech fall. And he may get more than that. He's got Parker on his back, and he's got a pin.
Big 6 points. They technically, how with the matches left, Wawasee could get the points, but because that forfeit at 113, that is not going to be possible.
Nice effort from both wrestlers. Parker just on the wrong side of things. As we move on to our heavyweights now. At 215, it'll be Giovanni Ordaz for Mishawaka taking on Derek Morrison, the state qualifier of Wawasee. Morrison also someone who's getting reps on the gridiron a few months ago. He's a football player for the Warriors.
Yeah, these 190, 215 weight classes have been difficult for the Cavemen this year.
Yeah, just not many experienced bodies there at that weight class, at those weight classes. Morrison and Ordaz both on their feet here. Nearly a minute in. Morrison's just trying to bring him down. So Ordaz gets called with the stalling early on. Both still on their feet. Ordaz trying to pull him down. Morrison trying to do the same to Ordaz, and it's not working for either so far. No really lower body shots taken quite yet. As Morrison's nearly successful bringing him down using the arms there, just not quite. As they've both been on their feet for a majority of this minute 40 in the first period. And this has just continued on and on. And it'll do so going in to the second period here as the buzzer will sound. And we move on. (0-0) after 1. And Morrison will take the down position here to start off the second. Ordaz is going to go ahead and bring Morrison down, but no points as he didn't finish the takedown. He's going to try again. Morrison says, yeah, no, it's not going to happen. He's going to go ahead and get the 1-point escape. .30 seconds in. 2 wrestlers now on their feet. 1 point only scored in favor of Morrison, who leads. And a stalling call here. It's the second. So now 1 point award to Morrison. It's now a 2-point lead. Ordaz tries to chip up Morrison, doesn't work. Morrison's gonna go ahead and respond to that with a shot in the leg. Couldn't grab a hold of that. Now he'll just wrap around and get himself a takedown.
You
5
heard
point.
the Caveman bench over here is trying to tell Ordaz he had a chance there if he could have knocked that arm down, circle around, but then Morrison was able to make a move himself.
Morrison's got 30 seconds now to make something happen. He may have a pin already. He doesn't need all that time. He's already got it. It's a matter of the official seeing it, and finally he does. And there we go. Wawasee may not come away with this with a win, but they sure are making it close. We move on to the heaviest of the weight classes, 285. Our second to last match of the evening, Tristan Stevens of Mishawaka, Caveman football player, will take on Caden Landeros of Wawasee. Stevens got his left leg wrapped up early on and he's thrown down. No points though. 3-point takedown before they go completely out of bounds. And that's in favor of Landeros as he gets off to a nice start here.
Yeah, that was tight right on the edge of that out of bounds circle, but they do give him the 3. Always a difficult position to be in is that bottom position in this heavyweight. It's a lot of weight you're trying to get off you.
Stevens trying to get out of there, and he will. 1-point award to him for that escape. Shot taken, handled well by Stevens. Landeros was trying to go ahead and go for that arm, excuse me, that leg. Defended well by Stevens. They both kind of just arm wrestle here, fighting for position, maybe trying to bring one down.
Well, and in these wrestling, you never know when that first move, that one you got that early takedown, could be the big difference in these matches. So great job by Landeros getting off to that fast start.
7 seconds remaining now as the clock winds down. And it doesn't appear that any more points will be scored before the buzzer sounds.
Yeah, it's a small thing, Daniel, but that kind of move back into the ring by Tristan Stevens there. He's walking out of bounds, and they've been quick to call those stalling. So he did a quick, not a big one, but a circle back in, keeping both feet in. Didn't give up that stall.
They'll get back to it. And now another bit of points there for Landeros. 2-point reversal there. Extends his lead to 4. And he's got that arm of Stevens, and Stevens now in big trouble. If he can go ahead and keep that turn, Landeros has got a pin next to his name in a few seconds. And he's got it. Tristan Stevens will fall, the second to last match of the evening. The young sophomore definitely making a lot of big strides, but he's got some improvement to make. We move on to the final match of the evening. Connor Pellis, I saw him smiling as bright as can be pre-meet. He's taking on Reese Stegg of Wawasee.
Yeah, and like you said, it's really gotten close here. As the Cavemen only up 5, but that Brody Blevins forfeit in the next one will seal it for the Cavemen, and Connor Pellis trying to add to it here.
Gets a 3-point takedown to start things off. He's also a young guy who's been trying to, improve slowly but surely in his first year. He's had some troubles. There are a lot of very, very good wrestlers at the 106 weight class, not only in the NLC, but just in the state throughout Mishawaka's schedule.
Yeah, we were talking about Mason. He says Pellis has really showed some improvement, especially late in the season. And a match like this could be a huge way, just confidence. Sometimes you got to see it go in the basketball court. Sometimes you got to get some wins here on the wrestling mat.
Early stolen call. Mistake.
Steg really not doing much down there.
And that's another stolen call for Steg, and gives 1 point to Pellis.
Yeah, and that close-up shot right there from Nico down on the floor. He's really just laying out and hasn't really done much.
Another point awarded to Pellis. Is now a 5-0 contest in the Caveman wrestlers' favor, and a little bit more wrestling taking place now as Pellis trying to turn him on his back. You talk about a confidence boost. Man, would that do it for this young kid. He's really trying.
Yeah, he's got both of his arms wrapped up. He just can't turn him all the way.
Coaches are saying spin around and get a better angle at it. Doesn't listen to their advice.
And Daniel, these are those real-time, real-game reps that you need. Okay. Yes, I'm winning, I'm doing this, but you have a chance for more. He ends up getting the 4-point near fall, but he had a chance, if he just listened to the coach, turn him around, he had a chance to get that pin.
9-0 here, and he extends that lead now to 12. 12-0. He's 3 away from a tech fall and a shutout. Wouldn't that be a way to end senior night for the Cavemen going in to the NLC tourney?
Hard to believe we're getting to close to postseason time for girls basketball, for wrestling. It's not right around the corner, but a few weeks away.
A minute 15 left. Pellis still going to work on Steg.
What you don't want to do is put yourself in a bad position up 12-0.
Dolly is not happy for whatever reason right now. He's hit the mat harder than the official has at any time he's called a pin tonight.
That's true, that's true.
Pellis still working with 30 seconds left in the second period again. He's 3 points away from ending this thing. Still working, Pellis. He's running out of time. And he's taking the match into the third that really should probably be over. As time will run out and they move on to the third.
Interesting. That was Steg who had the choice.
Caution called on Steg. Whistle blows and we get started here with the third period. Match already decided team-wise, but this is one that the fans and the coaches have gotten involved with almost the most out of all 14, and they'll go out of bounds here.
And that's the Mishawaka coaches right there saying you had a chance to really get out of that. You were right on the cusp of that. Now you got to go back and fight for it again because you went out of bounds.
And coaches wanted a clasping of hands call there as Pelican with a two-point reversal.
That's a big one because now it's 14-0. If you get that interlocking hand, that's an extra point.
Pels will go ahead and let him up. And he just got to get a takedown to win it, and he's got it. That's a tech fall for the young kid, and the bench explodes there for the Cavemen. Very hyped for their young teammate getting a tech fall there, only giving up 1 point. He gets it done by 16. Something to smile about.
Last match here will be Brody Blevins going out there to get his forfeit. So the Cavemen will get a big win here tonight, as the Cavemen will end up winning 45-29, getting their conference record to 6-1, which will tie them with Northwood, give them 8 points heading into that crucial tournament this weekend.
We were here for the one loss. That was Warsaw Tigers coming to Mishawaka, and they defeated the Cavemen in one. That was a little bit surprising. But nonetheless, the Cavemen move on and have an opportunity to go ahead and win the title on Saturday. Northwood is the only team right now in their way, but we'll see. There's always surprises in every tournament.
But the big thing is that both Northwood and Mishawaka will get 8 points, and the third place team will only be getting 6 because there will be no second. So that's a big lead already. So really, you're facing off against Northwood. If you can beat Northwood or tie them, you end up winning the NLC. And so right now, they're going to try their best to get that victory on Saturday, as Nico Price is being accosted by a lot of wrestlers down there in front of the camera.
Yes, it is.
So, Daniel, that'll do us tonight here. We're going to try to get out of here, get home. What are your final thoughts on the match here?
Yeah, they're always good to see a fun one, a lot of competitive matches, a lot of great wrestling being displayed, young guys getting wins that they needed, other guys getting wins that they maybe needed for their own confidence and self-esteem going into the tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing those results after Saturday coming back on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll bring you those next week, as we've got newscast next week. I don't think we have any broadcasts next week, actually.
I don't believe so.
So we got Saturday, boys basketball. We'll be back with wrestling on the last Saturday of January for sectionals here at Mishawaka High School. Thanks to Grant, Nico, running the show here tonight.
Yes, very big thank you to our crews. A little bit understaffed here this evening, but we got it done in a quick fashion. Hopefully you all enjoyed viewing. Once again, make sure to go ahead and give us a view on Saturday. The boys will take on the Slicers of LaPorte. Make sure to tune in. Good night from the Mishawaka Network.